All right, yeah, Israel get started in 1 second. Waiting on the notification, Israel, so we can get started. Bear with me. It pop up on your notification pop up here. Go to the site page, focus on see if it's one. Okay, there we go. Shalom Israel, Shalom Israel, Yahweh Shem Shah Robert Thumb to the brothers, Yahweh Shemal Thumb by Shem Shah to the sisters. I'm Priest Officer Karan Yalla, the ISUPK, and this is the Monday night history class on the ISUPK Sacramento page. So, as far as what's going on in the news, a very popular, controversial topic that's what's going on in the news right now is this Roe versus Wade situation. You understand? And they going back and forth with should it be legal for a woman to abort their child? You understand? Well, I'm gonna give you a little bit of history about abortion in the Bible, and I'm gonna prove emphatically that the Lord is against abortion. You understand? This empire that we live in is catered to killing blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. This is what your abortion clinic is about. It's about them making merchandise off of our children, you understand, and actually giving us the right to murder our baby legally, you understand, so we can continue to be oppressed and so they can keep their foot on our necks, you understand. The Lord is totally against abortion. You understand? Like, if you just think about, like me personally, I got kids myself. You understand? I couldn't, I couldn't fathom murdering my child. You understand? Whether he's been on planet Earth, he or she's been on planet Earth or not. You understand? Like, when you murdering that child in the womb, sisters, you're not even giving your child a chance at life. You understand? You don't know what that child could be. You understand? You don't know what that child could have did to strengthen a community. You understand? You don't know what type of soul that you just erased off of the planet Earth because you want to go to college or you don't feel like you can support that child. You understand? And all of this stuff, as far as abortion, all of these things that women abort their children for, the reason why they abort their children is actually in the Bible. You understand? So I'm gonna get my first scripture. We're gonna go to Revelation chapter 11 and verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. The Lord said our dead bodies is going to lay in this great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. You understand? Of course, we in the so-called Pride Month. This is exactly why this place is looked at as Sodom spiritually. You understand? Because all the homosexual stuff that's going on in this empire, but also it's spiritually called Egypt. You understand? And what Egypt was famous for was having blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, the children of Israel, in slavery, and also murdering our babies. You understand? So we gonna get that accounting in the book of Exodus, the first chapter. You understand? Y'all could Baba Kashaf, go to Exodus chapter 1, And we're going to go to verse Exodus 1 and 15, right? This is the book of Exodus, chapter 1 and verse 15. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of one was Shiphrah, and the name of the other Puah. Verse 16. And he said, when you do the office of a midwife to Hebrew women and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live. You understand? Like these Egyptians mandated that they abort our male children from the womb. You understand? Way back in ancient Egypt when we was in slavery to them Hamites. You understand? And the reason why is because they understand that look, if we get rid of all of their male children, you understand, we can take their women for spoil and their nation will be no longer because your nation is built off of the seed line of men. You understand? And that's exactly what's going on in America. Like America wants to cripple the children of Israel by allowing our women to have a choice in the killing a baby, you understand? So our people don't rise from oppression. So we not strong in numbers, you understand? So we can always just uh follow up under the slave master because they think what's best for us is the right way to go. And our brothers and sisters being pro-choice, so-called pro-choice, they actually fallen into the plans of us being slaughtered and destroyed as a nation. You understand? But this is nothing new. Like they did in ancient Egypt for the same very reason that they do it today. You understand? Like America doesn't care about Black, Latino, and Native American women. They're not giving you a pro-choice or making it legal for you to abort your baby because they think that you're going to have a great life. You understand? Or they think you'll be more prosperous if uh, you don't have any baggage as far as children and you can go ahead and pursue your career. That's a damn lie. I don't know if y'all remember, there was a sister that was, I believe she ran track, and I believe that she was supposed to be going to the Olympic Games. You understand? And she eventually had an abortion just so she can go run in the Olympics. And these damn devils still didn't let her participate in the Olympics. You understand? It's a lot of sisters out there, excuse me, that have had abortions because they felt like, oh well, my life would be better if I didn't have a child, or I don't have enough money to take care of this child. So if I get an abortion, um, maybe my life can be a little bit better as far as like my future. And I want to go to college and I want to build me a career and all of this nonsense. You understand? And these sisters are still in messed up positions after they aborted that child. You understand? There's it's not a big percentage of Black, Latino, and Native American sisters that actually aborted a child, and that abortion was actually good for their future as far as them being successful and financially stable to actually take care of themselves. You understand? For the most part, when sisters in the ghetto get abortions, is back to square one after they get rid of that baby. They still living in the same struggle. You understand? It's still the same living conditions that they had before. They just don't have responsibility as far as taking care of a child. You understand? But Salakia, I'm gonna drop that. Um, we're gonna go to Salakia. Matter of fact, Salakia, let me jump down to verse 22. Now I'm gonna keep reading. I'm gonna keep reading. Verse 17. But the midwives feared God and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men children of lives. You understand? These sisters, they feared the Lord. They understood that the Lord is against murder. The Lord is against abortion. You understand? And they didn't listen to the Pharaoh. They didn't listen to the king of Egypt. They saved these men children alive. You understand? Verse 18. And the king of Egypt called for the midwives and said unto them, why have ye done this thing and have saved the men children alive? So the king of Egypt, he come holler at them and basically check them like, why did y'all disobey my orders to kill these babies, to kill these men children? You understand? Verse 19. And the midwife said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, for they are lively and are delivered heirs, ere the midwives come in unto them. These sisters were so righteous and so seasoned in how they answered this king of Egypt. They said, look, these Hebrew women, they not like these Egyptians. You understand? They don't sit in labor for long periods of time. You understand? When by the time I come in the room, the baby is already in their arms. You understand? Being suckled by the mother. Like, what you want me to do? Pry this baby from this woman's hands and kill this child? Nah, man. Look, they already was having a baby. We couldn't do it. It was impossible. You understand? Like these sisters love the children of Israel and they love the Lord so much that they actually disobeyed the king of the country that they lived in. You understand? Just to save these people so like it just to save these children, you understand, and save their nation. You understand? Salakia. Verse 20. Therefore God dealt with them, Salakia. Therefore God dwelt with the midwives, and the people multiplied and waxed very mighty. You understand? The Lord dealt with the midwives, meaning he blessed them. He looked after them. You understand? He was he allowed these midwives to be prosperous in their lives. You understand? And the people grew. Like we multiplied and grew to a mighty nation of people. You understand? We came down in there at 77 souls and left out of there uh, at least 1 million people. You understand? Verse 20. So like in verse 21. And it came to pass because the midwives feared God that he made them houses. Now, would you look at that? These midwives feared the Lord, you understand, and didn't follow this mandate to abort these babies. So the Lord blessed them. The Lord built them up houses and so like it, gave them children of their own. You understand? Verse 22. And Pharaoh charged all his people, saying, every son that is born ye shall cast into the river, and every daughter ye shall save alive. You understand? That's what's going on in America. You understand? With the, another late term abortion that we don't understand is when a black, Latino, or Native American man is walking outside, you understand, and gets harassed by the police and murdered on the streets. This is exactly what's going on in America, how they did in Egypt. You understand? You got 30-year-old late term abortions every time one of these damn racist police officers kill somebody in the black community and we don't get no justice for it. Because it's the same thing as how they felt in Egypt. Kill the men and let the women live. You understand? This is why they giving you this Roe versus Wade controversy, throwing it all in your face, and a woman should have the right to choose. Meaning this woman should live. This woman should have the right to be all she can be. You understand? While this baby should be murdered because the woman needs to live. You understand? Like this is nonsense. This is exactly what America is today. It's ancient Egypt all over again. You see it with the laws. You see it like I'm reading to you abortion in the Bible exactly how it goes on today. From them killing a baby in late term abortions or actually killing a baby, you understand, or a grown man when he's of age and they feel like he's a threat and he's unarmed and he get gunned down by a racist police officer. Like our sons and daughters being murdered on the streets is the same thing. It's the equivalent of our sons and daughters being murdered in the abortion clinics. It's all for the same cause to cripple our nation. You understand? To make our people not as strong and mighty, right? But I'm gonna drop that. Let's go to Exodus chapter 20 and verse 1. Like this is the book of Exodus chapter 20 and verse 1. And God spake all these things, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. The Lord said he is our God. You understand? He brought us out of Israel. He brought us from a place where they mandated killing our children. You understand? He brought us from a place that made so much wealth off of us being their slaves. He brought us out of that house of bondage. You understand? He said he is our God, and we should have no gods before him. You understand? And we're gonna get into one of them other gods, you understand, that we had that our people famously had before God, right? And that God is the God of Molech. You understand? The God of the Canaanites. You understand? This is the same God I'm not gonna jump the gun. I'm gonna get into it a little bit, but I'm gonna just read these scriptures. You understand? I'm gonna jump down to verse 5. Salakia. Hold on. Is that what I want? Oh, Salakia, I'm gonna drop that. Jump down to verse 13. Verse 13. Thou shalt not kill. You understand? That's a law in the Bible, right? When you murder, Salakia, when you abort your baby is actually living inside of you. You understand? And we're going to go into it tonight. You understand? Your baby is living inside of you. So when you sit back and be like, a woman should be pro-choice, or have um she should have the right to do whatever she wants to do with her body, then you disrespecting the laws of God. So like I don't want to say disrespect, but you going against the laws of God. You understand? Like the Lord said, Exodus 20:13, once again, thou shalt not kill. To abort a baby is killing a baby. It's murdering a child. Because what do they do when like your child is getting nutrients from you with a heartbeat? You understand? When you go into that abortion clinic, meaning it's alive. Like I got 3 children, right? When a woman is pregnant with a child, the child is moving. The child is kicking her belly. Like my kids, I used to walk up to my real stomach and talk to them, and you would just see her stomach just stick out. Like they hear you in the womb. These kids is not uh they not something to be murdered and killed. This is a person that's in the womb. You understand? This is a little small person that actually has a heartbeat, that has blood running through its veins, that's eating every time the mother eats. You understand? And when the oppressor, the devil that the Bible speaks of, when he went to the moon and they found water or something, they said that's life on the moon. You understand? Or it's life out there, whatever planet that they went and discovered. You understand? Water or whatever the hell they discovered. But they said that was life. Meanwhile, this is a whole child in your womb, and they not charging people for murder. You understand? When you go get an abortion. But if, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, I was in the world and I got into a shootout with another brother, and he in a car with his rib, right? And his rib is pregnant, and I accidentally miss shooting him and I kill her. They're not just going to charge me for murdering her. They're going to charge me with double homicide because the child died. You understand? If the child dies, they're going to charge me with double homicide. You understand? If I murder this sister and the child actually lives, they're going to charge me with murder and attempted murder. You know why? Because this child is actually alive. You understand? Salakius. Let's get some proof that a baby is alive in the stomach. You understand? The Lord is way smarter than man. You understand? The Lord created the heavens, the earth, you understand, the planets, the stars. He created man. You understand? And the Lord the Lord knows what's best for man more than man know what's best for himself. You understand? That's like if I got a child, right? And I guide my child on how they're supposed to live because this is my child. You understand? I know what's good for this child, and I know what's bad for this child. Just like the Lord knows what's good for human beings, He knows what's bad for human beings. You understand? Shalakia. We'll go to the book of Isaiah. Chapter 49 and verse 1. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 49 and verse 1. Listen, O isles, unto me, and hearken ye people from far. The Lord hath called me from the womb. From the bowels of my mother hath he made mention of my name. The Lord said, like Isaiah said, the Lord made mention of me from the womb. You understand? From the bowels of my mother, he called my name. Meaning what? The Lord knew you when you were in the womb. The Lord don't just know something that's lifeless. Like the scriptures say, the Lord is the God of the living, not of the dead. You understand? So like, I'm gonna read that again. The Isaiah chapter 49 and verse 1. Listen, O isles, unto me, and hearken ye people from far. The Lord hath called me from the womb. From the bowels of my mother hath he made mention of my name. Man, look, Isaiah, like, look, bro, when I was in my mother's stomach, the Lord called me to do this. You understand? I was formed in my mother's womb to be a priest and a prophet. You understand? Like, this is what people don't understand in America or in this empire in general. The Lord makes the rules on how we're supposed to live on planet Earth, not the white man. The white man tells you that, oh, pork is the other white meat. But when blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans eat that so-called other white meat, what we do? We get high blood pressure. We get heart disease. We get gout. You understand? Like, we get all type of health diseases. You understand? That destroys our people. What else the white man tell you to do? You are allowed to smoke. You're allowed to be a homosexual. Well, all of this stuff brings on diseases. You understand? The Lord knows way better than your oppressor. You understand? But Salaki, I'm gonna drop that. Let's go to the book of Psalms. Psalms, chapter 139. Chapter 139, verse 13. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 139 and verse 13. For thou hast possessed my reins, thou hast covered me in my mother's womb. You understand? King David is saying, look, so I can read that again. For thou hast possessed my reins, thou hast covered me in my mother's womb. He's saying, King David is saying the Lord has protected him in his mother's womb. He covered him in his mother's womb. Another emphatic scripture that proves that the Lord looks at children as alive when they are in their mother's womb. You understand? Let's get some more. Let's go to Exodus. Let me see if that's what I want. Yeah, kind. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 21, and I'm going to start at verse 22. If men strive and hurt a woman with child, so that her fruit depart from her, and yet no mischief follow, he shall be surely punished according as the woman's husband will lay upon him, and he shall pay as the judges determine. You understand? The Lord said if two men get into a fight and a pregnant woman is nearby, you understand, and she gets hurt to where she has a miscarriage, this dude has to be punished for that. You understand? And that's an accidental abortion. So what you think the Lord is going to do to you if you keep aborting babies on purpose? You understand? I'm going to read that again. The book of Exodus chapter 21 and verse 22. If men strive and hurt a woman with child so that her fruit depart from her and yet no mischief follow, he shall be surely punished according as the woman's husband will lay upon him, and as he shall pay as the judges determine. You understand? The Lord said, look, two men fight, y'all fighting around a pregnant woman, and she get hurt while y'all fighting and y'all accidentally kill her baby, you're going to be punished. Furthermore, whatever that husband, whatever the father of that child wants to do to you, that's what's going to happen. You understand? Like the Lord ain't playing about abortion. We got laws in the Bible about accidental abortions. You understand? Salaki. Let's go to Jeremiah 1:5. Now you like your Christian pastor is telling you that women should have the right to choose, but what about what the Lord says? Like y'all not listening to God in that Christian church. What about these laws about abortion? What about the Lord saying you shall not murder? What about all these priests and prophets in these Old and New Testaments that's telling you that a baby is alive in the womb because the Lord made it that way? You understand? What about that? All right. Jeremiah 1:5. Salaki. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 1 and verse 5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. The Lord said, even before you was formed in the belly, he knew you. So if the Lord knows you before you are formed in the belly, then he knows you when you're in that belly. Meaning you are a living person while you're in that belly. You understand? Which makes abortion murder. I just read to you in the book of Exodus, thou shalt not kill. You understand? Which translates to you shall not murder. You understand? Like the Lord said you alive in the womb. So when a sister goes to go have an abortion because she wants to have a hot girl summer, or because she wants to go participate in college and furthering her career, right? Or she doing it because she don't have enough money to so-called take care of this kid. Look, I tell people all the time, you understand? We've been poor. Like you think niggas had money in the slave quarters to take care of children? It don't really cost too much money to raise a child, for real. You got to feed it, clothe it, you understand? Give them happiness and joy, all the love in the world. And eventually the child is going to be able to grow up to help out. You understand? Like my family and the rest of Israel, most of us, we not born with a lot of money to be able to take care of a child. You understand? I know a lot of brothers and sisters struggling. You understand? With multiple children. You understand? But they making it work. Yeah, I know it's a struggle, but it's a joy to see them little beautiful babies' faces every morning when you wake up. You understand? They bring joy to you. You robbing yourself of that joy when you murder your baby, sisters. You robbing that baby of a chance at life. You understand? Like a sister that's going to an abortion clinic to go get rid of a child, she is the same, like she has the same spirit of a racist police officer on her. She don't give a damn whether this child lives or not. And then the abortion clinic is so cold, they like literally sucking the child out of this woman's womb with a vacuum cleaner and selling the parts to the child on the black market for X amount of dollars. You understand? This place is evil as hell. You understand? Salaki. Jeremiah 1:5 again. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee. The Lord said, before you come out of the womb, Black, Latino, Native American, men, women, and children. You understand? He sanctified you. He cleansed you before you even came out the womb. So while you in that womb, the Lord already knows who you are. You set up to be who you're going to be when you're in the womb. You alive in that womb, according to what God said. We ain't reading the books of a man that just walks on planet Earth that just got to figure out life just like everybody else. I'm reading the book of the Lord. Like these scriptures, the scriptures say, Every thing that was written in this Bible was inspired by God. These men of the Lord got these words from God. You understand? Salakia. Uh, the rest of the fifth verse in Jeremiah, the first chapter. And I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. Man, would you look at that? Black, Latino, Native American sisters. Like, to the tune of 350 children being aborted in these clinics. Come on, man. A lot of them were supposed to be prophets. You understand? The Lord makes prophets from the womb. Like the scriptures say, the spirit of a prophet is subject unto a prophet. Like, would you kill Jesus? Would you kill Moses? Would you kill John the Baptist? You understand? Like, let's actually like sit down and think about this pro-choice thing. This pro-choice thing is against the scriptures. It's against God, and it's against your people. Black, Latino, Native American, men, women, and children. If you pro-abortion, then you are anti-Black, Latino, and Native American. You understand? You got people talking about Black Lives Matter, but at the same time they pro-abortion or they pro-choice. That don't even make sense. What about that Black life that was in that womb? It's a lot of sisters that be at these Black Lives rallies, and they didn't have 3, 4, and 5 abortions. Man, I just seen some of the disturbing, disgusting thing I could have ever witnessed on YouTube earlier today. It was a woman going around asking people how do they feel about abortion. Man, it had to get to one of our people, and excuse my French, but the sister said, I'm pro-abortion, fuck them kids. Ooh wee. And then on top of that, she said, yeah, I've had like 4 or 5 abortions. And the lady asked her, like, well, would you have an abortion again? She said, oh yeah, I would do it 100 times. I'm looking at this broad, I'm like, this bitch is a serial killer. You feel like 100 times? You get like she like I'm gonna show you that video when I get finished with this class. But she literally was like, she would do it 100 times. Like this shit's crazy. You understand what I'm saying? And this is the spirit that Black, Latino, and Native American women have been brainwashed to have in this empire. You understand? But Salaki, let's go to Luke the first chapter. You understand? Let's go to the New Testament, right? Because Luke the first chapter, and then it's crazy too because Luke the first chapter is literally like one of my favorite chapters in the Bible. You understand? Because this is giving an account of John the Baptist's birth. If you didn't know, John the Baptist and Yahushua Mashiach, our king who the world ignorantly calls Christ, they were actually cousins, like physical cousins. You understand? But Salakia. So this is just a quick rundown because I don't want to run through the whole chapter. You understand? Mary was going to go see her family. You understand? Going to go see her cousin, and John the Baptist's mother's name was Elizabeth. You understand? So she went to go check on the welfare of her cousin. You understand? You know, it's a new baby being born in the family. I want to go see what's going on in my family. The same spirit that Israel always had. You understand? So like you. This is the book of Luke, chapter 1 and verse 39. And Mary arose in those days and went into the hill country with haste, and to a city of Judah, and entered into the house of Zacharias and saluted Elizabeth, right? So she went to Zacharias, right? She went to Zacharias' house to go see her cousin, you understand? So she saluted her cousin. Hey, shalom, cuz, or shalom, sis, how you doing? Woo, woo, right? Verse 41. Now, pay attention and listen to this closely. You understand? Because Luke chapter 1, the 41st verse proves that a child is alive in your womb. You understand? Have you ever heard this? You heard this, right? This is the book of Luke chapter 1 and verse 41. And it came to pass that when Elizabeth heard the salutation of Mary, the baby leaped in her womb, and Elizabeth was filled with the Holy Ghost. Come on, man. Like when Elizabeth heard the salute from Mary, the baby leaped in her stomach, meaning the baby kicked. The baby moved. You understand? Like a child can hear in that womb. You understand? Meaning it is alive. And this child that Elizabeth was going to give birth to, this is John the Baptist. You understand? In the womb. The Lord ordained him to be a priest and a prophet. You understand? From the womb. You understand? Salaki. I'm going to drop that. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 6. Proverbs, the 6th chapter. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, and I'm going to start at verse 16. These 16 doth the Lord hate. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood. Ooh-wee. The Lord hates hands that shed innocent blood. And what's that innocent blood we talking about today? That's the abortion clinic. Like, this is that little child that is innocent, that ain't never done nothing to nobody, that a sister feels like, oh, she got the right to choose, so she gonna go into that abortion clinic and slaughter this baby. You understand? I guess evil and wicked as hell. Let's Psalms the 22nd chapter, right? 22 and 10. Psalms 22 and 10. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 22 and verse 10. I was cast upon thee from the womb. Thou art my God from my mother's belly. Man, King David is saying, look, the Lord, you've been my God since I've been in my mother's womb. The Lord knows that that baby is alive in the womb. I can't stress that enough. You're going to find so many scriptures in this Bible that tells you that a child is alive in the womb according to what God said. But your oppressor, the devil that the Bible speaks of, he tells you you should have a right to murder your damn child. You understand? That's nonsense. Like, this empire is so wicked as hell. Like you got to think about this. We are literally sitting here talking about, should a woman be able to kill a child? Like, sisters, if you don't want to have a baby, they got something called birth control. They got something called abstinence, where you just don't sleep with any man. You can prevent abortions by one of two things, one of three things: being responsible with who you have sex with, using birth control, or not being a whore. You understand? Like, if it wasn't so many women that actually were whores, you understand, or so many women that feel like I can't reach my highest potential unless I kill this child, or unless I don't have any children, then abortion clinics wouldn't be a billion-dollar industry. You understand? Like, Black, Latino, and Native American sisters, y'all gotta wake up to the fact that you don't have a choice. God has the last say so. You understand? The Lord said he hates a hand that shed innocent blood. The Lord is saying up and down these scriptures through the mouth of the prophets that I've known you since you were in your womb, in the womb of your mother, Salaki. You understand? Which means a baby is alive in the womb. You understand? Read that again. Psalms 22 and 10. I was cast upon thee from the womb. Thou art my God from my mother's belly. King David saying, look, the Lord has been my God even when I was in my mother's belly. You understand? You can't have a God if you're not a living soul. You understand? Like, that don't even make sense. Like, We sit up here talking about a woman's right to murder a baby, and the world looks at this like this is normal. In some cultures, it was normal. We're gonna get into that in a hot second. But blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, that's not normal for us. You understand? That's not normal for a sister to think that she should be able to kill her child just for a better and prosperous life. You understand? Let's go to Psalms chapter 106, and we're going to start at verse 37. Book of Psalms chapter 106 and verse 37. Salakia. I'm going to start at verse 36. Salakia. Verse 35. Ooh-wee. But were, Salakia, verse 34. They did not destroy the nations concerning whom the Lord commanded. The Lord commanded the children of Israel when we got out of slavery and came into the land of Canaan that we was to destroy these nations. The Lord said, don't marry unto these people, or our sons and daughters will start worshiping their gods. We're going to get into one of them gods that blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans worship back then and today. And it has everything to do with abortion. You understand? Verse 35. But were mingled among the heathen and learned their works. We mingled among these heathens and started doing exactly what these heathens did. You understand? This abortion thing that we talking about, oh, this ain't nothing new. You understand? Like back in ancient Egypt, they mandated killing our children with their own hands. But when we mingle with these other nations, we start willingly killing our own babies. I'm gonna show y'all the second accounts of abortion clinics in this Bible. You understand? We just read in Egypt. We're gonna get into one of these guys that we worship that was all about abortion. You understand? If you could, Baba Kashab, give me a second. I'm gonna ask you to pull that up in a hot second. All right. Verse 36. And they served their idols, which were a snare unto them. Verse 37. They sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils. This is what you're doing in that abortion clinic. You sacrificing your sons and your daughters unto devils. You understand? And shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and of their daughters, whom they sacrificed unto the idols of Canaan. And the land was polluted with blood. Man, the idols of Canaan. This is what we sacrifice our children to, the idols of Canaan. Baba Kashab. Google Molech. Because the scriptures talk about this god, Molech. You understand? Let's go to Leviticus, the 18th chapter. This guy, Molech. Well, who is Molech? Who is Molech? The Lord said we should have no other gods before him. You understand? David, like, man, look, our people went off. We start mingling with these heathens and we learned what they do. You understand? We did what they did. You understand? Salakia. Go to Jeremiah 10 and 1. Now, lie, bring it to me. Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen. The Lord said, learn not the way of the heathen. You understand? Learn not that way of the heathen. You understand? We're not supposed to do what no other nations do. You understand? We got our own customs that we're supposed to live by. Right? This is the book of Leviticus chapter 18 and verse 21. And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech, neither shalt thou profane the name of thy God. I am the Lord. Well, who is Molech? What is passing through the fire of Molech? Well, let's get it, right? This is in the Britannica. Molech. Molech, also spelled Moloch, also spelled Molech, a Canaanite deity associated in biblical sources with the practice of child sacrifice. The name derives from combining the consonants of the Hebrew Melech with the vowels of Bashet, which Melech means king, or Malak in the Hebrew means king, with the vowels of Bashet, which means shame. The latter often being used in the Old Testament as a variant name for the popular god Baal, right? So Molech is a Canaanite god. Remember, uh, King David just explained that the children of Israel did not destroy these damn Canaanites and these other people living in the land of Canaan. What we did instead was we started following after their customs and mingling with them. Salakia. Let me get another scripture real quick. Baba Kashah. Go to Salakia. Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 3. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. Verse 4. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly. And what is this other god? This is Molech or Moloch. You understand? Like, Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, the children of Israel, when we came out of Egypt, we started mingling with these Canaanites and making leagues with them and marrying their sons and their daughters. And then we started following after their customs. And one of their customs was to sacrifice to this ancient deity named Molech. You understand? Now let's get what Molech was about, right? In the Hebrew Bible, Malach or Molech is presented as a foreign deity who was at times illegitimately given a place in Israel's worship as a result of syncretic, Salakia, I cannot pronounce this word. Give me 1 second, Baba Kasha. Syncretic, Salakia, I can't pronounce that word. That word won't even come out right. Policies of certain apostate kings. The laws given to Moses by God expressly forbade the Jews to do what was done in Egypt or in Canaan. Ye shall not give any of your children to devote them by fire to Molech, and so profane the name of the Lord. Leviticus 18 and 21, like I just read, right? Yet kings such as Ahaz, we're going to get into him, right? And Manasseh, having been influenced by the Assyrians, were reported to have worshipped Molech and hilled site of the Tapith outside the walls of Jerusalem. This site flourished under Manasseh's son, King Ammon, but was destroyed during the reign of Josiah, the reformer. And he defiled Taphreth, which is in the valley of the sons of Hinnom, that no one might burn his son or his daughter as an offering to Molech. You understand? Right? So basically, right? So like, so basically, right? Whatever, appreciate it. So basically, Molech, right? What the practice was, right? Oh, and Salakia, hold on. because I gotta find this other piece to the puzzle. I'm gonna just explain it to y'all anyway. So now, right, Molech was if you could find me a picture of the statue of Molech, right? Molech was an ancient deity, right? I believe Molech, if I'm not mistaken, it was a big owl. I believe it was a big owl. And what they used to do is these Canaanites, you find a picture of it? There's an owl, right? Oh, Salaki. It's the bull, right? It's Most High Christ. If y'all could, I don't know if y'all can see it, but Molech is a bull. You understand? It's a big bull. This is the same God, right? This is the same God or the same idol. You understand? Let me see. Make sure they can see that. They can't really see that. It's wow. This is the same idol that the children of Israel worshiped in the land of Egypt. This is the same God. You understand? When you read in the book of Exodus, you understand when Moses goes up to worship the Lord, you understand, and the children of Israel didn't know what happened to Moses, and they pressured Aaron into making him a god. When he made that molten calf, this is the same God that they worship in ancient Egypt, and this is the same God that the Canaanites worship. So now, quick little sidebar about Molech. Molech was a ancient bull statue or a cow statue, right? And what the Canaanites used to do is they used to set this statue on fire. You understand? And when they set it on fire, it'll be a big metal statue that they'll set on fire. They'll get it so hot to where it'll burn red. You understand? And what the people did was they would bring their child and place it in the hands of this burning red statue and literally kill their child. You understand? For a better and prosperous life in the future. That's exactly what's going on in the abortion clinics. You understand? These young sisters is getting pregnant and actually murdering their babies in hopes for a better future. This comes straight out of the Bible. You understand? Like, this ain't nothing new that our people haven't been a part of before. We did it in ancient Egypt. We did it in the land of Canaan when we start dealing with these African people. You understand? And some of our kings did it. Let's get the account in 2 Kings, the 21st chapter. Okay, we can go 2 Kings, the 16th chapter first. This is the book of 2 Kings, chapter 16. I'm going to start at verse 1. In the 17th year of Pekah, the son of Remaliah, Ahaz, the son of Jotham, king of Judah, began to reign. 20 years old was Ahaz when he began to reign, and reigned 16 years in Jerusalem, and did not that which was right in the sight of the Lord his God, like David his father. You understand? So King Ahaz, this was a wicked king. You understand? And he didn't do what was right in the sight of the Lord like King David did. He went to the left-hand side. You understand? Verse 3. But he walked in the way of the kings of Israel, yea, and made his son pass through the fire according to the abominations of the heathen, whom the Lord had cast out from before the children of Israel. You understand? King Ahaz sacrificed his own child to that same god of Molech. You understand? Like, this is exactly what's going on today. I can't stress it enough. Abortion is all throughout the Bible, and it's all throughout the Bible as something that's evil and just diabolical and inhumane. You understand? But Salaki, I'm gonna drop that. Let's get 2 Kings, the 21st chapter, right? This is the book of 2 Kings, chapter 21, and I'm gonna start at verse 1. Manasseh was 12 years old when he began to reign, and reigned 50 and 5 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Hephzibah, and he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, after the abominations of the heathen, whom the Lord cast out before the children of Israel. So Manasseh, a king that ruled after Ahaz, he did wicked in the sight of the Lord. And I'm gonna read that again. 2 Kings 21:2. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, after the abominations of the heathen, which the Lord cast out before the children of Israel. He did the same exact thing. You understand that Ahaz did. Verse 3. For he built up again the high places which Hezekiah his father had destroyed, and reared up altars for Baal, and made a grove, and did Salakia, as did Ahab, king of Israel, and worshiped all the host of heaven and served them. So his father tore down these statues. You understand? And when he became king, and when he got older, he eventually re-erected these statues and started worshiping these heathen gods, just like his forefathers before him. You understand? Verse 4. And built altars in the house of the Lord, of which the Lord said, in Jerusalem I put my name. Not only did he build up these places to go worship these other gods, he actually built these altars up in the temple, in the house of the Lord, right? Verse 5. And he built altars for all the hosts of heaven in the two courts of the house of the Lord. Verse 6. And he made his son pass through the fires, and observed times, and used enchantments, and dealt with familiar spirits and wizards, and he wrought much wickedness in the sight of the Lord to provoke him to anger. Man, look, this dude, this king sacrificed his child just like the king before him. You understand? Manasseh did the same thing that King Ahaz did. You understand? And let's say, and used enchantments, and dealt with familiar spirits and wizards, and wrought much wickedness in the sight of the Lord to provoke him to anger. Not only was he worshiping these other gods, you understand, but he was getting high. You understand? They were sacrificing children. They was doing all manner of evil. You understand? And this is what the Lord told us that we shouldn't be a part of. The Lord said, don't have no other gods before me. Don't marry to these nations, or you're going to worship their gods. And the reason why he told the children of Israel this is because he understands that these other nations, their customs are vain. Their customs don't mean nothing. Their customs are evil. You understand? Their customs are inhumane. For you to actually sit up there and sacrifice your child, you understand, trying to follow after these damn heathens, it's ridiculous. And the reason why we have so many abortions in the Black, Latino, and Native American community is because our Christian pastors tell you that God loves everybody. So he tells you basically to marry yourself unto these nations. And by us marrying unto these other nations, we take on their customs, right? Not only do we take on their customs, we start worshiping their gods, and we start doing exactly the opposite of what we supposed to do. We start doing all the abominations of these other nations. If you marry an Asian woman, chances are you might go eat some octopus one day. You understand? You might eat a goddamn spider or a dog one day and be like, oh, it's actually really good. If you go marry a Tongan or a Samoan, they're going to feed you a goddamn horse. Like, period. They're gonna feed you a horse. If you marry unto these Canaanite people or these Egyptian people, you're gonna start sacrificing your children just how they sacrifice their children. It's inevitably going to happen, right? Leviticus chapter 22. This is the book of Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 2. Again, thou shalt say to the children of Israel, whosoever he be of the children of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn in Israel, that giveth any of his seed unto Molech, he shall surely be put to death. The people of the land shall stone him with stones. Abortion is a death penalty offense according to the Bible. You're supposed to be killed if you kill a baby. According to what I just read in Leviticus, the 20th chapter and the second verse, the Lord said, if you let your child pass through the fire of Molech, the original abortion, then you should be stoned with stones. You should be killed. You understand? And that's rightfully so. Like the scriptures say, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. If you kill a child, somebody ought to kill you. Now, I'm not advocating that we go kill sisters that's pro-choice or murdering their babies in the abortion clinics, but that would be justice for somebody to kill a person according to what this law says in the Bible. If you kill your child, you understand, Salakia? Uh, Deuteronomy 12 and 31. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 12, and verse 31. Thou shalt not do so unto the Lord thy God, for every abomination to the Lord which he hateth have they done unto their gods. For even their sons and their daughters they have burned in the fire to their gods. The Lord he keeps reiterating, I am not with sacrificing your child. The Lord is against abortion. I can go on and on and on and find thousands of scriptures just in the Old Testament alone that tells you that the Lord is against abortion. I'm gonna read that again. Deuteronomy, Salakia. Deuteronomy 12 and 31. Thou shalt not do so unto the Lord thy God, for every abomination to the Lord which he hateth have they done unto their gods, for even their sons and their daughters they have burned in the fire to their gods. The Lord is against abortion. Abortion is an abomination unto the Lord. The word abomination means something that the Lord hates, something that's evil and disgusting that the Lord is not with. You understand? Salakia. You see, let's go to First Maccabees. Let's go to the Apocrypha. You understand? So you got the children of Israel worshiping these gods in ancient Egypt. Then you got us worshiping these gods. Then you got us worshiping these gods when we get out of ancient Egypt and we start dealing with these Canaanites. You understand? Then you got us worshiping the gods after our kingdom is established and we are able to rule and govern ourselves, but we still marrying unto these heathens and we still sacrificing our babies to these other gods. Let's go to the Greeks. Let's see what happened in the time of the Greeks. First Maccabees chapter 2 and verse 9. Her glorious vessels are carried away into captivity. Her infants are slain in the streets, her young men with the sword of the enemy. Look, her infants are slain in the streets. This is what happened in ancient Greece as well. This is what happens in America today. Our children are being sucked out of our women's womb. You understand? And then I think you gotta pay or somebody gets some money as far as like $400 an abortion, whoever performs an abortion. And then when you abort this child, all they gonna do is sell parts of this child on the black market and then do test and stem cell research with your child. You understand? Like another thing I heard was some sweeteners that's in certain sodas. Now I'm not sure which sodas it is, but certain sweeteners that's in these sodas actually come from aborted fetuses. You can look this up. This is exactly what's going on in America. You understand? Roe versus Wade. This is a crazy topic. You understand? Let the Lord decide. The Lord is against abortion. The Lord does not want you to murder your child. You understand? We can go on and on in these scriptures, but the Lord is against abortion. Like it's clear as day all throughout the Bible that the Lord says a person is alive in the womb. You understand? Like no matter whether it's a late term abortion, early on term abortion, excuse me, abortion is murder. Abortion is killing a child and not giving them a chance to have a chance at life. You understand? A chance at being a success story, a chance at raising a family of their own, a chance at coming into the truth and actually serving the Lord and making his nation a better nation of people. You understand? With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and end the class. The water for y'all rocking with the channel. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and especially share videos like this because abortion it hit home to me personally because I am a father. You understand? I couldn't imagine my children being aborted in no goddamn abortion clinic because the woman that I want to have a child with wants to be prosperous in life and she feels like a child will hurt her chances at being successful. You understand? Sisters, don't abort them babies. You understand? If you got a child and you don't think that you can take care of that child, contact the ISUBK in whatever city or zone that you're in. You understand? We got brothers and sisters in our schools that will actually take in your children and give them a nice home and actually raise them up to be an upstanding human being. They will raise them up to actually love their nation to where when that little girl that could have been just another abortion, you understand, when she grows up and she gets pregnant, she actually keeps the child. You understand? She actually cares about a child having a life experience, a child going to school on a first day, a child learning how to read, a child learning how to eat with a spoon on their own. Like these like sisters ain't thinking about what they missing out on when they killing these children in their womb. Like you can be having a terrible day, but as soon as that little baby that loves you and know nobody but you, and you the world to that little baby, walk up to you and just do the cutest little thing to make you smile, you're gonna be looking like, man, why in the hell would I ever even think of killing this child? You understand? With that being said, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah Barak Thumb to the brothers, Yahweh Shemal Thun by Hashem Yahweh Shah to the sisters. You know what I'm saying? The ISUBK, we ain't pro-choice. The Lord got to say so. You get pregnant, keep that baby. If you don't want that baby, like I said, contact the ISUBK, any school near you. We will be happy to take your children in and raise them up to be an upstanding human. You understand? And raise them up to actually love their people. With that being said, shalom, Israel.